All right, folks, we got a problem. Devin Haney is being accused of microdosing, according to Brian Norman Sr., the father of Brian Norman Jr., who recently got belt the ass. Well, I wouldn't say belt the ass, but he got beat by Devin Haney here recently. And Brian Norman Sr. is still salty about it, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe one bit of what Brian Norman Sr. is saying about Devin Haney. So we're going to get into that in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But right now we're going to start with Blueface getting his ass whooped by Chibu, you know, on one of Aiden Ross's cards, you know what I'm saying? He got dealt with pretty bad. So we're going to run through this real quick. Hang on 1 second. We're gonna run down through here real quick. Blueface getting beat up, but you know, according to it was the later rounds. As you can tell, Blueface was pretty tired, man. You know, at the end of the round, and dude still had his stamina. You know, that's the important thing, man. You gotta have your stamina up, man. You know, I'm tongue tied right now, but you got to have your stamina up in this boxing game, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Watch out, watch out, watch out! Look out now.
I told you not.
Oh, Lord, look at it. Oh, he done knocked him out the ring. Oh, my God. Ooh. Get the gun. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Oh my God. Get the gun, Junior. Somebody go.
I told you not.
Get the truck. Oh my God. Come here, big boy. Oh my God.
Somebody smell like shit.
Ooh. All right, man. Lord have mercy. Now let's see what Blueface had to say.
Yeah, Aiden's definitely scamming.
Jesus.
He tried to say I was drinking and getting lit. I don't even drink, chat. It's definitely an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it? I didn't take penny losses before, chat. It's not. Boxing is the sport comes with losses. How much did I make on the fight? Oh, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 200,000. I'll let you guess from there. And that's just for the fight. That's not even including nothing else. So it's definitely a celebration, chat. Yeah.
Oh, man. Blueface got his ass kicked in that last round, did he? Man, Lord have mercy. Boy. But you know, you win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. You know what I'm saying? You live to fight another day. Lord have mercy. Shout out to Blueface for handling that man that lost like a G. You know, that's what comes with the boxing. You know, you can't win them all unless you Floyd Mayweather. You know what I'm saying? Keyshawn Davis and Ryan Garcia doing a fake face-off. Now, we know you're an idiot if you think these boys are about to fight. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to fight. I'm gonna put it to you like that, man. They're not fighting, okay? So they was squaring out at the club, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, Ryan Garcia can be a good actor. You know, he can be a good actor. I mean, maybe one day they'll fight, but they're not finna fight now. we heard Keyshawn recently, I think it was Fight Hub TV, saying that he got a fight lined up. Out of all of those people, somebody answered the call out. Now, he didn't say who answered that call out, but I got a feeling who the call out could be, because, you know, right there, they're asking, y'all want this next? Then y'all know damn well I run the fade, whoop the whoop whoop, you know. But I'm gonna put it like this: Keyshawn Davis has already said he had a fight, right? He said he already had a fight lined up. He called out who he called out. He called out Pitbull. Pitbull got a fight with Tank Davis coming up. Lamont Roach got a fight with Williams Zepeda coming up for the vacant WBC title. Who else he called out? He called out Lamont Roach. He called out Pitbull. Who else he called out? Louis Crocker. And he called out Oscar Duarte and Devin Haney. Devin Haney got a fight in May. Then he's pushing for Ryan Garcia's rematch in September the 5th, right? So, with that being said, I know it ain't Oscar Duarte. Oscar Duarte, I think it's at 140. So that leaves Louis Crocker. And that's where he said he was going in the first place, to get Louis Crocker for the IBF belt, so he'll have better leverage when it comes time to fight Devin the Dream Haney, right? So that's who I believe that he's going to fight next. It's definitely not Ryan Garcia. So, you know, but, you know, these guys, if you didn't know, man, these guys are actually friends. Like, what's his name? Keyshawn Davis and Shakur, right? They're friends. Also, this dude right here, Keyshawn Davis, is also friends with Ryan Garcia. You know, when Ryan Garcia got popped with the Pez and the whoop de whoop, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was 0.1 of a gram or whatever, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't a whole lot. And some people don't see a reason for all of that suing and stuff like that, you know? And Keyshawn Davis thought the same thing. This was back in 24, I believe, right? So
I can say it like this: it been people out here that do take steroids, and you could tell that guy was off steroids. Mm-hmm. And you know, I actually know a person personally that his career changed. He was the top prospect, doing great. He fought a guy with steroids, and it changed his whole career. It changed how he talked. It changed everything. So us seeing Devin Haney doing all of this with a person that had 0.1 estrogen, and we all seen that Ryan Garcia was still in there getting tired. It's like, bro, I'm sorry. There's no other word to put this. You're a bitch. Excuse my language. That's how I feel. You're soft. You don't know how to take your
what
L's.
They call a female dog.
You a person that been given everything all your life.
Call that man a B-I-T-C-H.
And now you took your first loss. I feel like you don't even know how to take it. Granted, I wasn't in there fighting Ryan Garcia, but you asked me how I feel. You just took it always to suing and all that extra shit. I feel like, bro, you soft, bro. Straight like that.
He felt like he was soft. And a B-I-T-C-H. Talking about Devin the Dream Haney suing Ryan Garcia. Like I said, this was in 2004. This is not a recent video. As you can tell, he has a bunch of hair on his head. You know what I'm saying? Look like snakes having a meeting up there. You know what I'm saying? So, shout out to Keyshawn, though, man. You know, great fighter. You know, he's doing his thing with the kick. I think that's a great idea that he's doing that kick thing. You know, he's gaining a lot more fans. So I'm excited to see what his next fight gonna look like as far as the fans. You know what I'm saying? How high has he risen according to messing with this kick thing, because, you know, he's messing with the top guys, the top streamers, you know? So he's going to have more fans than he had before he entered this streaming thing, you know? So shout out to Keyshawn, man. You doing your thing. So, what we got next? Now, y'all stay with me now, because we got to talk about this Brian Norman Jr. I'm Brian Norman Sr. You know, that's coming up next. Now, this is what I was saying about Keyshawn had a fight coming up, because, you know, with that face-off with him and Ryan, that is a joke. Those guys wasn't serious. You know, as you can see here, I'm gonna show y'all here real quick before we Keyshawn is my brother. I'll never fight him. Some people look at it like he was teasing that what's his face, Shakur Stevenson. And I can see that as well. I ain't gonna lie, I can see that. But, you know, they are friends. They cool, bro. They really cool. So, with that being said, Keyshawn, I already said he had a fight lined up.
Every name in the book, Lewis Crocker, Haney, Pitbull, all of them, man. Any response? Any response to the DM?
He already said he had a fight lined up, right?
I definitely got a date too. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all that right now, and I'm definitely coming back sooner than y'all think. You know what I'm saying? That's why y'all see me doing a little politic in the gym right now. It's politic, but I'm staying sharp for real. You know what I mean? So don't get that up, chat. I'm staying sharp. Got something coming up.
So can you give us a hint? Is who?
I mean, I might be fighting you. Keep asking me all these questions.
I'm doing my job. I guess you'd be doing your job,
I'm doing
right?
my job right now,
I guess you'd be doing your job, right? Is it? Can you tell us, are you moving up or staying at 140?
I think I'm moving up.
147, huh?
Yep.
For a championship?
Yep.
Would you? About every name in the book, Lewis Crocker.
See, championship. Is he moving up? 147. So it's not all those other guys that he called out, right? Pitbull got a fight coming up. Haney got a fight coming up. Roach got a fight coming up. Oscar Duarte is at 140 unless he's going to move up to fighting, but I doubt it. Lewis Crocker is the only fighter left that he called out. And he said out of the fighters that he called out, one of them answered the call. You know what I'm saying? So that's Lewis Crocker. It has to be Lewis Crocker. Now let's get to what we all been waiting for. And that is Brian Norman Jr. Sr. talking about.
There's rumors that
this man don't pay.
Devin Haney is microdosing. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IV. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? There's rumors that Devin Haney
one more time for you.
Is microdosing. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IV. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? There's rumors that Devin Haney is
all right. Now we're gonna roll back, and Devin Haney replies. Hold on a second. Let me get this right. Devin Haney replies saying, I whipped Brian Norman Jr. so bad, his daddy's saying that I'm microdosing peds when I'm out of camp. Whole time, I'm the only fighter that's been signed up for 365 drug testing and still pushing for other fighters to do it. And that is the God's honest truth. Devin Haney is pretty much the only one out here with that 365 drug testing and trying to get other fighters to do the same. But other fighters, like, they ain't got the time for that. Why should they do that? You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got nothing to hide, then what's the problem? You are a professional boxer. I know you got this and that to do or whatever. But at the end of the day, take care of your business, man. You know, take care of your business. And also, Devin Haney, I paid out of my own pocket $25K for us to start drug testing 4 months out from the fight because Ryan's season was only willing to cover 8 weeks. He paid $25K from his own pocket. You know what I'm saying? Brian Norman Sr. just mad he got fired and his son don't F with him anymore. And now that he said that, right, Brian Norman Jr. responds to everything going on. And this is what he had to say. If it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking, then it doesn't pertain to my career. So he basically just shitted on what his dad is out here saying about Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Hang on a minute, folks. I don't know what the hell just went on. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. This man out here trying to make this man look bad, and he the only one out here doing the 365 drug testing. You know, he's making sure he's doing what it do. You know, he's making sure he's doing the right thing out here while everybody else running around here doing whatever and saying they ain't got time for this and that. They ain't got time to look professional. But, you know, I don't understand. To be honest, I don't understand what Devin Haney keep telling Ryan Garcia to start drug testing. Maybe he wanted him to do the 365. I don't know. But he is the WBC champion at 147. And the WBC, they the most strict on drug testing, you know, the fighters. So I don't know, man. You know, I don't know. So we're speaking of Ryan Garcia. Him and Devin Haney Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney was exchanging words. Hold on, let me find that shit. All right, here we go. Ryan Garcia started it off by saying, Ryan Garcia started out by saying, the strangest thing is how Sean Haney knew about the test before anyone that will always be a stain to their plan. He says Allah told him or whatever he said. Nah, little bro, talk too much at that time. Your whole family are some B-made humans. Your bro Haney can't save you. Remember, I said that. Now I'm here. It's over. That is Ryan Garcia speaking about the past due to him failing the drug test with PEDs in his system, which was a billionth of a something, you know. It wasn't much to keep it a buck. It wasn't much. So here we go. Hang on a second. Let me get up in there. All right. Then, Devin, you said it was Sean Haney, Victor Conte, Vada, your strength coach Scooter, the vitamin company. In all reality, it was you. That's why you took your punishment from the commission and didn't contest. And that's true. Like, why would you admit it if you didn't do nothing? You know, why would you admit it? Like, nah, you know. That's why I can't be like it was a setup or anything like that. So, Ryan Garcia, when I fight Haney again, he will never touch the ring after that. That I promise. That's a promise. He forgot the S. Devin Haney, let's sign up for Vada and sign for a fight now and put a date on it. They wanna shoot for September the 5th. You know. That's what they want to shoot for after Rolly. That's what Bill Haney also confirmed that himself. That's what he's trying to do. You know, where is it at? Bill Haney. Let's find Bill Haney. Here he is.
Shout out to Mike Tyson and the Mike Tyson Invitational. What a wonderful event he put on. And what a great opportunity for an ultimate grudge match between the Haneys and the Garcias. I'm very proud of Sean. He put on a hell of a performance. And I'm looking forward to now, on May 30th, here in Las Vegas, Devin beating up Rolly Romero. But guess what? We can get the rematch with the Garcias too in September after we tighten up Rolly Romero. Shout out to Mike Tyson and the Mike Tyson Invitational. What a wonderful event he put on. And what a great opportunity for an ultimate grudge match between the Haneys and the Garcias. I'm very proud of Sean. He put on a hell of a performance. And I'm looking forward to now, on May 30th, here in Las Vegas, Devin beating up Rolly Romero. But guess what? We can get the rematch with the Garcias too in September after we tighten up Rolly Romero, inshallah. And guess what? We're signed up for Vada right now. Ryan, you get your ass in there too, and let's make this thing happen. Shout out to Mike Tyson.
Bill a funny dude. But yeah, man. Bill Haney, hey, they want the smoke, bro. They saying they want it. Devin Haney, you just seen where Devin Haney said that. Where we at? Hold on a second. Where we at? Put a date on it. He said put a date. Let's sign up for VADA and sign for a fight now and put a date on it. Put a date on it. You know, they ready. So Devin Haney ain't ducking this smoke, bro. Devin Haney is not, I don't give a damn what y'all say. Devin Haney is not the one ducking. I'm not saying Ryan is ducking, but Devin Haney damn sure ain't ducking. Devin Haney wants that get back, but Devin Haney ain't no fool, and he ain't finna take everything to fight Ryan, anything to fight Ryan Garcia. Even though if it was me, I wouldn't give a damn. I'm fighting Ryan Garcia for whatever it takes. That's just me. But I'm not Devin. Devin is his own man, you know. So with that being said, Devin don't want to be screwed in any kind of way when it comes to the negotiations, you know. So Devin is the man, but Ryan Garcia has a lot more fans than Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? Ryan Garcia feels like he's the A side. Devin Haney feels like he's the A side. And that's where it comes when I say that I wouldn't give a damn about no A or B side. Me. If I feel this man cheated and the Pez was the reason that I lost against this man, I'm going to get my get back no matter what. If you want to be the A side, cool. Be the A side. I'll be the B side because I'm coming to whoop your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But I understand from Devin's perspective. You know, I understand from his side to what he's talking about too. You know what I'm saying? He don't want to take anything. You know, that's his pockets. His money. So I can't be mad at this dude for making that decision. But I can tell you one thing. Devin Haney is not the one that's ducking. He's not the one that's ducking, bro. And that's not to say that Ryan Garcia is ducking either. You feel me? No more talking, says Ryan. No more talk, Dev. We either fight after you fight Rolly or just keep your mouth mute. B. Y'all know what a female dog is. Sign up for drug testing, ho. Then we can fight after I beat Rolly. It really doesn't sound like anyone is ducking. But like I say, Devin Haney doesn't want to get treated like he's a nobody, you know what I'm saying? But Ryan beat him, you know. But Ryan beat him with Pez in the system, got suspended for a year. So I don't know, man. So I don't know. Then what's his face? Keyshawn Davis, not Keyshawn Davis, but what is man at? Let me get that out. Hold on, folks. Here we go. Keyshawn Davis. Shakur Stevenson. All right, when okay, now we know about I don't know if you guys was in here earlier, but you know about this here, right? The Faceoff. The Faceoff that Ryan Garcia and Keyshawn did, right? Y'all know about that, right? Well, I can tell you now, this is not happening. This is just for show. You know, this is that social media game that these boys are playing right now. I can see right through it. You know, I can see right through it. Talking about Keyshawn, talking about y'all want this next. Ryan Garcia, y'all know damn well I'll run the fade with Keyshawn if it has to happen, but he don't want to fade with someone if it has to happen. This isn't, oh shit. Hold on. He said this isn't my problem though. All right. And when I say that, this is why I say it's a joke, man. Because here we go. Now some people look at this like he's making fun of Shakur, and I can see that. I can see that. You know what I'm saying? So he said, Keyshawn is my brother. I never fight him. He's my brother. I never fight him. Shakur replied to that, saying this dude with a laughing emoji. And when you go to the comments, the people are saying that T.O. was right. You are slow mentally because he's talking about you. He's making fun of you. And you know, Keyshawn and Shakur Stevenson has that relationship where they always say they'll never fight because they're brothers. You know what I'm saying? So in a way, I can see that. You know, I can see that Ryan Garcia may be making fun of Shakur Stevenson by saying Keyshawn is my brother. I'll never fight him. I don't know. That's just assuming, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? And Oscar De La Hoya also
what fights are you looking at right now,
Ryan Garcia.
I actually like the rematch with
to
Devin
fight.
Haney. There's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter right now. I think Devin Haney actually does deserve the rematch just because he's been talking a lot and his past performance was a really good performance. So what Ryan did in this last fight with Barrios, obviously a world champion. He's back better than ever, mentally, physically. I'd love to see that rematch, Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
There's been talk about Haney against Rolly Romero. Do you think you're going to have to find something else for Ryan before that rematch happens?
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney makes all the sense in the world. Do not take a tune-up. Let's make this fight happen.
Okay. I think a lot of people are going to be with you there.
Yes, sir. Do not. Hey, that's what I'm saying. You know, people, man, I swear to God, I'm not saying Rolly's going to beat Devin Haney, but do not sleep on Rolly, man. Y'all sleeping on Rolly, and then when you sleep on him, he fuck around and knock Devin ass out. You know what I'm saying? Then y'all going to be saying some bullshit, all kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Stop sleeping on these fighters, man. That's a lot of y'all's problem. You sleep on these fighters, then when they end up having a good fight, and the fighter that you thought that was shit end up beating your favorite fighter, then you go to saying that the judges was in this fighter pocket, that fighter pocket. You know what I'm saying? They just don't like this person. Nah, man, y'all just overlooked this guy and misjudged what this guy is capable of. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. So with that being said, man, don't sleep on Rolly Romero, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking for Devin to win, but I'm not sleeping on no damn Rolly Romero. Because when he fought Tank, when Rolly Romero fought Tank Davis, bro, he was giving that man problems in there. I know I said the same thing about Mario Barrios, which he was. At a point in time, Barrios was winning that fight against Tank. But I'm just saying, don't underestimate these guys, man. That's all I'm saying. You know, May 30th, Rolly Romero is going to try to dethrone the one and only Devin the Dream Haney, and also vice versa. Rolly Romero will be facing the Dream Haney, and the Dream Haney is gonna try to dethrone Rolly Romero for the WBA title. And once he gets that title, he's gonna run it back with Ryan Garcia. If Ryan Garcia don't be on no BS, then we can get that rematch. Just like he's here at Oscar. This is when he was fighting, this is during Ryan's last fight with Barrios. Oscar said he wants that fight, said don't take a tune-up, don't fight Rolly, fight him, fight Ryan Garcia. That's what this man Oscar just said. Do I need to run it back? Well, we can run it back. We can run it back.
What fights are you looking at right now for Ryan Garcia?
I actually like the rematch with Devin Haney. There's a lot of talk, a lot of chatter right now. I think Devin Haney actually does deserve the rematch just because he's been talking a lot and his past performance was a really good performance. So what Ryan did in this last fight with Barrios, obviously a world champion. He's back better than ever, mentally, physically. I'd love to see that rematch, Haney versus Ryan Garcia.
There's been talk about Haney against Rolly Romero. Do you think you're going to have to find something else for Ryan before that rematch happens?
Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney makes all the sense in the world. Do not take a tune-up. Let's make this fight happen.
I think a lot of people are going to be with you there. What fights are you looking at right now?
Hear that? This was after the fight with Ryan Garcia and Barrios. Oscar De La Hoya is saying, do not take a tune-up. Fight Ryan Garcia. But Ryan Garcia is coming with some BS, according to Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia feels like he's the A side. Devin feels like he's the A side. You know what I'm saying? So they need to get that figured out because we want that rematch. The way I feel about the rematch is the people that are saying that they don't want the rematch is the people that feels deep down, they know that the only reason, I'm not saying that it is the reason, but people that saying that they don't want the rematch and don't want Devin the rematch, Haney, Garcia, is the people that believe deep down that the Peds was the reason that Ryan Garcia beat Devin Haney. You feel me? That's just my opinion. That's the way I see it. You don't have to see it that way, but I see it that way, you know. So hopefully Devin Haney wins against Rolly, and whoever Ryan fights next, hopefully he wins his next fight. Maybe Ryan will sit this one out and wait until September to fight. I don't know. You know, just to be safe, you know, because they're talking about him and the guy that just fought Rocha. They talking about Rocha may be facing Ryan Garcia next, and he could lose against Rocha. Not a guarantee, but he could lose against Rocha. And if he loses, we won't get that rematch, bro. We'll never see that rematch again. We'll never see it. Never see that fight again. Unless Devin just really wants that get back. But if he ends up losing, I don't see Devin Haney wanting to fight Ryan Garcia. You know. So hopefully they can get past, both of these guys can get past both of their next opponents So we can see that rematch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Sean Haney, Devin Haney's little brother, got his get back.
Keep it going for your winner by split decision
Against Ryan Garcia's cousin, Jacob Herrera. It's now 1-1. They're going to have a trilogy. You know, Ryan Garcia had posted during the first match saying that my cousin just beat Devin Haney's brother, the Garcias. You know, they can't mess with the Garcias. And Devin Haney posted this time, my brother beat Ryan's cousin in the rematch. Same thing would happen when we fight, Ryan. Payback. You know? So, yeah. Shout out to Sean Haney getting that victory. You know, they of course, Herrera and his team, his people, saying that the judges was in their pocket. Well, the Haneys felt the same way when the last fight took place at Ryan Garcia's building. You know what I'm saying? So we're always going to get that, regardless. We're always going to get that, unless you're just not a sore loser. You feel me? So shout out to Sean getting it get back from Ryan Garcia's cousin, Jacob Herrera. That's the way you do it, man. Keyshawn Davis talking about fighting Jake
Keyshawn,
Paul.
would you ever fight like a Jake Paul?
Hell yeah, I'll fight Jake Paul.
But he's huge, bro.
Bro, you know I was there when Shakur sparred Jake Paul.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
How was it?
Jake Paul is serious about this shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, it's levels, of course. You know what I'm saying? But just watching Jake Paul and how serious he's really trying to hit Shakur, he really can't. I'm just like, damn, all right, I respect it. You know?
Yeah.
I respect him.
Yeah. Well, shit, bro. Maybe Jake and you get in there one day. That'd be a lot of fun.
It would.
Keyshawn, would you ever fight like a Jake Paul?
Hell yeah, I'll fight Jake Paul.
But he's huge, bro.
Bro, you know I was there when Shakur sparred Jake Paul.
Oh, you were there?
Yeah, I was there.
How was it?
Jake Paul is serious about this shit, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, but, you know, it's levels, of course. You know what I'm saying? But just watching Jake Paul and how serious he's really trying to hit Shakur, he really can't. I'm just like, damn, all right, I respect it. You know?
Yeah.
I respect him.
Yeah. Well, shit, bro. Maybe Jake and you get in there one day. That'd be a lot of fun.
And it'd be a lot of fun. You already said though, right? When Shakur was helping Jake Paul prepare for Anthony Joshua, he couldn't hit Shakur. He was trying, but he couldn't hit Shakur. So Keyshawn was asked, will he fight Jake Paul? Keyshawn was like, hell yeah, I fight Jake Paul. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe we can get that one day. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Speaking of Jake Paul is considering signing Johnny Bones Jones and Francis Ngannou to fight for $30 million cash. Both for $30 million. Both guys will earn $30 million in a fight. And boy, won't that be massive? Finally getting John Jones versus Francis Ngannou for $30 million. John Jones fighting Francis for $30 million. He's fighting Francis, bro. You know, I'm gonna tell you like that. He's fighting Francis Ngannou. If $30 million is on the table, you know what I'm saying? You dig? That's just what it is, man. So, shout out to Jake Paul if he make that happen. And also, Bob Arum had just made a deal, 10 to 12 fights, 12 events. Just made a deal with DOSING. So now, Turkey has competition once again. Big Arum trying to do his thing, man, after Dana White talked a whole lot of shit about Bob Arum, you know. He's 85 years old and ain't been doing shit. So yeah. So let me run this back real quick because I see some other people done got in the building. Brian Norman Jr. talking that shit.
There's rumors
Brian
that
Senior,
Devin
talking
Haney
that shit.
is microdosing. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IV. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? There's rumors that...
Right. Then Devin Haney responded to Brian Norman Sr., and said, I whipped Brian Norman Jr. so bad, his daddy saying that I'm microdosing pads when I'm out of camp. Whole time, I'm the only fighter that's been signed up for 365 drug testing and still pushing for other fighters to do it. So that is the truth right there. The only fighter that's been signed up for 365 drug testing and still constantly trying to push other fighters to do the same thing. He is not lying there. You know what I'm saying? I paid out of my own pocket $25K for us to start drug testing 4 months out from the fight because Raya's season was only willing to cover 8 weeks. And then Brian Norman Sr. just mad he got fired and his son don't F with him no more. And after that, we get a tweet from his son, Brian Norman Jr. What did Brian Norman Jr. have to say on this tweet? Well, let's see, ladies and gentlemen. If it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking, then it doesn't pertain my career. What do y'all think he mean by that, bruh? Devin Haney, what did Devin Haney say? What did Devin Haney say? Brian Norman Sr. just mad he got fired and his son don't F with him no more. Of course he F with him. It's his dad. But when it comes to boxing, when it comes to training, that's what Devin is talking about. You know what I'm saying? And then Brian Norman pop up. If it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking, then it doesn't pertain to my career. Yeah. So, and that's that. If it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking, then it doesn't pertain to my career. That's what Junior said. You feel me? So, Brian Norman Sr. is out here being salty, man. And he say he's not trying to say that Pez was the reason they lost. That's exactly what he's trying to say, people. That's exactly what Brian Norman Sr. is trying to say. Dev is out here microdosing while he's not in camp. Now, you know damn well if there are rumors like that with Devin Haney, if there are rumors that Devin Haney is out here microdosing but while he's not in camp, then you know this man thinking that that's the reason, or he want to think that that's the reason they got beat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody bitching about Devin Haney, what his problem is with Ryan Garcia, and it's a fact that Ryan Garcia had peds in his system. But these niggas out here are doing the same thing. And they're not even for sure if Devin is microdosing. And like Devin Haney said, Devin Haney is the only fighter, only boxer out here doing the 365 testing. Nobody else wants to do it. Everybody else got things to do. You feel me? Everybody else got things to do. But Devin is out here doing the right thing, staying on top of things, making sure that they know he is clean, doing 365, popping up. They can pop up at any time, but that's cool. They know I'm not dirty. I'm doing what I got to do. You know I'm doing the right thing. I'm chasing greatness out here. Everything else don't matter. You know what I'm saying? If I want to take a vacation and they want to pop up on me and have me to take this drug test, then it is what it is. But other fighters ain't trying to do that. But Dev is getting trashed for it, man. He's the one getting trashed. That's crazy to me, bro. I don't understand why people don't like Devin Haney. They claim it's because of Bill. Shit, Bill funny as hell. Bill a funny dude. I know plenty of dudes like Bill Haney, man. You know? He talked that talk, but he also walked that walk. Look where his son is, man. Undefeated. Even though, you know, what happened with Ryan Garcia. But at the end of the day, the man had peds in the system, no matter how much it was or how less it was. The man had peds in the system, and it wasn't supposed to be there. So, he ended up getting suspended, pled guilty, and now they're trying to say it was a setup and all that shit. VADA tests everyone. I doubt if Bill Haney and Victor Conte was that cool, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. We need that rematch so they can get that get back, or Ryan can shut everybody up who thinks that ped was the reason he beat Devin Haney. Whoever wins, win. May the best man win. But we need that rematch because we won't know for sure if the peds was the reason or ped wasn't the reason. We won't know for sure if Devin really is the man or Ryan Garcia is really the man. If we don't get that rematch, we need that rematch, bro. We need it. We need the rematch. That's all it is to it. You know what I'm saying? We need that rematch. We need that rematch bad as we need Tank and Shakur. You know what I'm saying? We need that rematch bad as we need Roach and Gervonta Tank Davis. That's a rematch we need, bro. There's a hellified story behind that rematch. Before that rematch takes place, there's a storyline behind that. You know what I'm saying? And this fight will be much bigger than the last fight. This will be a big fight, bro. This will be a huge fight. I'm telling you. So, hopefully, Devin get past Rolly, which he should, but don't look past Rolly. That's all I'm saying. Ryan Garcia, I don't know who he's going to fight next. They're talking about Rocha could be his next opponent. Who knows? hopefully Ryan Garcia gets past his next opponent and we get this rematch in September. Hopefully we can get this rematch in September. You know what I'm saying? Because we need that rematch. Devin needs his get back. If that's the reason he got beat. If it's not the reason he got beat, we shall see in the rematch. But we need that rematch. We need it. I'm telling you, we need that rematch. So let me know in the comment section what y'all think about all this, man. You know, let me know what y'all think about all this, man. Do y'all believe the rumors? Devin Haney is out here microdosing while he's not in camp. If you haven't heard, let's run it back again. Let's run it back one more time before we get up out of here. Brian Norman.
There's rumors
Sr.
that Devin Haney is microdosing. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IV. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? There's rumors that Devin Haney is microdosing. Like major rumors in Florida. I told you about this. There's rumors that he microdoses when he's not fighting. There's rumors that it's a whole, he got a whole fucking section IV. I've had people tell me the whole fucking breakdown of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm not making no excuses. I'm not saying that he beat Brian. I'm not saying none of that shit. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm not saying nothing. I'm not on none of that part there. I ain't making no excuses for nobody doing nothing. I'm saying that there are rumors that he's doing this. Now, with that being said, I'm going to say, so you got that test that Ryan tested dirty on with Oscarine, which nobody agrees with unfairness or whatever else, but y'all seen what Oscarine was for. You seen the amount of it that was in there. Again, if it's banned, it's a banned substance. It's a banned substance. You feel what I'm saying? But you was known to be with a cheater who said he can beat the test. Turkey, the one that's putting the fights on, has his own rules. His rules are 8 weeks of testing. Those are his rules, 8 weeks of testing. That's all Ryan is required to do. So unless they can talk the man who putting the money up to do that, then who the fuck is Devin Haney? There's rumors that Devin Haney is.
All right, yeah, that's enough of that. But yeah, so Devin Haney, I'm gonna show y'all once again before we get up out of here. Don't worry, Devin Haney. Hold on a second. Damn, I hope they wasn't fucking. Okay, hold on a second. Okay. Devin Haney, I whooped Brian Norman Jr. so bad his dad saying that I'm microdosing pads when I'm out of camp. Whole time, I'm the only fighter that's been signed up for 365 drug testing and still pushing for other fighters to do it. Devin Haney again, I paid out of my own pocket $25K for us to start drug testing 4 months out from the fight because Raya season was only willing to cover 8 weeks. Devin Haney again, Brian Norman Sr. just mad he got fired and his son don't F with him no more. Then we finally get Norman Jr. replying, and guess what he says? Brian Norman Jr. If it's not Brian Norman Jr. talking, then it doesn't pertain to my career. So yeah, that boy letting y'all know what it is. That boy letting y'all know what it is. So, what do y'all think, man? Are y'all with Brian Norman Sr. on this with the rumors that Devin Haney is out here microdosing? Or y'all think that he's full of shit and BSing? Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think about this situation, you know. Yeah, just let me know what y'all think, man. It's crazy, man, how they doing this, boy. You know, this man out here is the only one out here doing the 365 testing while everybody else on bullshit, trying to party and celebrate, you know, or whatever, you know, whatever the case may be. But Devin Haney is out here taking care of business, you know, making sure he's on top of things and, you know, letting them know that he ain't got nothing to hide. So if y'all want to pop up on me and test me, then it is what it is. But ain't nobody else doing that. Ryan Garcia ain't willing to do 365. But Dev is. Dev is doing it now. Devin has done it before. Devin is doing it as we speak. Ryan Garcia don't want to do it though. Even though the WBC is the most strict when it comes to testing their fighters, but still, you know, what happens what happens when he doesn't have a belt for the WBC? And he also doesn't want to do the 365. He didn't want to do the 365 before he got the belt. You know what I'm saying? So man, I don't know, man. Shout out to Devin, man. Shout out to Devin Haney. They out here lying on the boy. You know, he out here on top. They don't want him to be on top, but he's on top. If you don't want him to be on top, then dethrone him. You know what I'm saying? Dethrone him. That's the way I see it. If you can't dethrone him, shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Just get out the way, man. Get out the way and let somebody else try to get him. Because you failed, bro. You and your son failed. Brian Norman Jr. say he want that get back, though. He saying he ain't gonna let that slide. You know? So... and he does have another trainer. So he's not training. His dad is not his trainer no more. And that's why he walking around here making rumors up about Devin Haney. Maybe he did hear the rumor, but that was 9 times out of 10, that rumor that he got, the person he got that rumor from is probably another hater like him. Making up shit. You know what I'm saying? Making up shit. That's the way I see it, bro. Just another hater making up shit to make Devin look bad. If he was out here doing that, what did he just start? Did he just start doing it? If he was out here doing that, he would have been doing that with Ryan Garcia. And Ryan Garcia only had 0.1 in his system, of our streaming his system or whatever. A billion of something. So, if Devin was doing it like that, bro, it would have showed. it would have showed that night, because Ryan ain't that fucking good, bro. He's not that as good as people try to make him look. He's good, but he's not good like people make him out to be. If Devin Haney was doing what this man is trying to accuse him of doing with these rumors, that fight wouldn't have been like that, bro. That fight on April 20th, 2024 would not have been the way it was, bro. It wouldn't have been. So I don't believe this shit what Brian Norman Sr. is talking about. I don't know if he made it up or the person that he's talking to made it up. But the shit is made up, and nah, bro. Nah, bro. It ain't happening. So, soon you get your shit together. Wish the best for your son. Be in your son's corner. Stop worrying about this man that beat your son. It is what it is. People take losses. You just got to get up, bounce back, and try to go get that back or move on, bro. We can tell you just salty, bro. We can tell you just salty. That's all it is, bro. So, let me know what y'all think, people. Is this man full of shit, or is he on to something? Of course, a Devin Haney hater is going to be rocking with what he's saying and believing it to the core. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big Devin Haney fan. I rock with Devin Haney. You know, I'm a fan of boxing before anything. You know what I'm saying? And I got fighters that I like. But it's not to the point where I'm on this fighter's jock so hard that I can't see any flaws in this fighter or anything like that. I'm not that type of guy. It's not that kind of party for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I do rock with Devin. And I don't understand what all the hate is about when it comes to Devin Haney. I really don't. I really don't, bro. So let me know what y'all think, man. It's your boy, Fight Side. You tune in to Fight Side TV. You already know what it is, man. You come to Fight Side, you came to the right side. Hit that like button. Comment. You ain't got to comment, but make sure you subscribe so you don't miss anything in the future, man. And make sure you hit that like button, though. I'd rather have that like. Give me that like. Give me that like, man. You know, hit that like button. You know, support the channel in any way you can, man. I'm not looking for no money, nothing like that. I'm just looking for a little support to keep this thing rolling, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'll let your boy subscribe to the channel, though. Subscribe and hit that like button. Till next time, keep it real with yourself and with others. Salute.
Look, I just been keeping my poise. Made by the million, but still unemployed. They text me about green, but not on Android. She not my shawty, she filling the void. I make the sounds that cut through the noise. He think he a man, but he chillin' with boys. Put down the liquor, start drinking LaCroix. The pain wasn't choice, but now I rejoice. My uncle had told me that I was the one. I played the shit smart, now my bragging and dumb. Lil' shawty had hit me, said she